Hey mamas, welcome to my channel. My name is Liz and this is Simply Homeschool. So today I'm just going to be talking to you guys a little bit about unit studies. Now this year is our first year on ever trying out a unit study, you guys, and we are so excited to do it. I've read a lot about it, I've watched a lot of YouTube, I've researched a lot. We've actually started to plan out what unit studies we are going to be working on. Now our unit studies are not going to be very long because we're just doing it because there are things that we want to do that are fun and we just can't include it into or fit it into our actual curriculum. So if you are new to this channel, my sister and I do school together, but this year what we are doing is we are planning on year round. So we have 2 weeks off basically every 6 weeks, except for around the holidays for Christmas and Thanksgiving. We've kind of done it differently, but for the most part, we're doing 6 weeks on, 2 weeks off. And one of the weeks we are going to have completely off, but one of the weeks out of the 2, we are going to be doing a unit study. So it's going to be a really small unit study. It's not going to be really part of a curriculum. We are just doing it for fun, doing some activities with our kids and learning about things that aren't in our curriculum. So with all that being said, I am just going to tell you what we have done to plan out our unit study. Thing you want to do is you want to decide on a topic. Now the topic can really be history, science related, it could be an animal, it could be oceans, it can be music, art. You guys, it could literally be anything you guys want it to be. It could be about kindness, it could be about bullying, it could be about, I don't know, anything you want it to be. Grease, like literally you guys, anything you want it to be. If there is a topic that your kids love, say your kids are really getting into horses, do a unit study on horses or ponies and things and kind of incorporate that. What I had done was, this was actually planned out last year before we got sick, and just a whole bunch of things kind of deterred us from doing the unit study, but I had started it on Australia, and I chose Australia because of all the fires in Australia. So I had planned out Australia's unit study. We did 2 days worth, and that was it because we got sick. My sister and the kids got sick, and then the whole pandemic thing happened. We were getting behind in school, so we didn't want to get behind in school when we were sick because it's a Becca, and my sister was accredited. I mean, just a lot of different things that were kind of just keeping us away from finishing this unit study. So long story short, or kind of short, is I still have the unit study all planned out. I still have the books from the library, like literally, you guys. I still have basically everything. So I've held on to it, and that is what we're doing for our first unit study, which is actually within the next week or 2. So with that being said, you want to pick out a topic that kind of you relate to or that you want to talk through with your kids and teach them a little bit about. Now, the second thing you want to do is pick out the duration of your unit study. Most unit studies are about 4 to 6 weeks, maybe 10 sometimes, but because this is not an added unit study into our curriculum, this is more for fun and just stuff that we're kind of interested in learning more about. We're only doing it for a week, you guys, so it's not going to be a drawn out, really crazy unit study. It's just to add some fun and some added learning things that we aren't going to be doing with our curriculum. So with that being said, for us, we're only doing a week long, so it's not a lot of time to do a full unit study. And this would be perfect for you Becca mamas out there, or one of you guys that are on like a stricter curriculum, so that you can kind of just find the time to do it. Okay, so once you choose the duration of how long you want your unit study to be, that is when you're going to start collecting what you need, because now you know how long you have to work on this unit study. You don't want to buy a whole mess of stuff and then just not have the time to use it all. With Australia, I chose books from the library, and I tried to take out 3 of each just so each of the kids would have something. That didn't always work out, and that's fine because I will be doing most of the reading, and then they will be like answering questions and involving themselves in that way. So you want to pick out resources that you need. They have so many free resources on the internet these days. You can find a lot on Pinterest, Teachers Pay Teachers, YouTube, different documentaries on streaming. Netflix, if you want Netflix, they have things on Disney Plus, they have things on Hulu, I believe. They have a lot everywhere, honestly. But there's so many different free resources out there that you can find. If you still have your library that you can go to and take out books, you can always do there. You can look online. There's just so many options these days. With Australia, like I said, I got books from the library. That's mainly what we're going to be working through Australia. And then what else? That's basically it. But you just want to find resources that aren't going to cost you a ton of money. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find fun activities. Now, this is the time that you get to have fun with your kids and just kind of get into school with them, be creative. For Australia, I actually picked up some clay. We're going to be making some clay koala bears. I picked up some supplies that we're going to be making postcards from Australia, like if we were traveling. And then I also printed out like these cute little free passports, and they come with like a couple sheets of different stamps of different countries. So once we go through that country, they can just add it into their passport. Now that is not going to be filled up within this year because we are only, I believe, doing 2 different countries this year. Australia and Greece, I believe. My niece wants to learn about Greece. So we're probably going to be putting that into one of our unit studies. So that's basically what we did, but you could do paintings, you could do watercolors, you can do, I don't know. I mean, the list goes on, you guys. There's so many different activities. Search YouTube. You can find all different types of things on there. They're always teaching new things. Oh my gosh. And then you guys, for Australia, we got something so cool. And I'm not gonna tell you guys here because it's not about our Australia unit study. I'm gonna do a different video on how I prepped it just so that you guys can see more of a hands-on. Now, I've already prepped that one out months ago, so I'm hoping I remember everything, but I will be walking you guys through that unit study just so you can kind of get ideas and run off of that if you need help. So, okay, so moving on from the activities. The next thing you want to do is you want to figure out if you want a way to document what you guys are doing. So if you want this to kind of be included into your curriculum or your days spent for school, this would be a great way to do it. You're going to want to either use a folder for their paperwork or their activities. You're going to either want to use a binder. You can always keep the artwork in a journal. You could write things down. You can save like a little photo scrapbooking album of you guys doing stuff, take pictures, use it that way. That's actually a fun way to do it. I think we may do that. I don't know, that's adding a lot to the plate, but that would also be really fun for your kids to have as a memento from when you guys did your unit study. You can always write in notebooks or you can videotape it. Just record some of the clips and hold on to them just in case you're ever asked if you are using these for school. We'll probably just keep documentation just to add to their little portfolios of what they do every year, and just to kind of have it on hand just in case it's needed. So, and just to have as a memory, because these are fun unit studies. It's not like your core subjects where you're like dreading having to do math. It's, you know, you can incorporate things into your unit study to make it fun. At the end of your unit study, you can always do a really fun activity with your kids. You guys can pick out a cool movie that incorporates what you guys have been working on. You could have like a movie night with popcorn. You guys can do like an activity night or a paint night that relates to it, set everything up for painting. Have it just kind of like, I don't know, more fun, more like a little event for your kids. You guys can always do an experiment if you're working with a science type of idea, unit study. Just, there's so many different things. You just want it to be really fun and for them to remember what they're learning. Now, remember guys, this is not like a list or a guide of what you have to have in a unit study. Be creative with your unit study. We are all individuals and have our own creativity. I'm just putting this out there to give you guys ideas if you don't know much about unit studies, or just to kind of walk you through what our journey is going to be like for unit studies. But I just wanted to make this video so that, I don't know, I'm hoping it could help one of you guys, or get you into wanting to maybe try a unit study. So I hope that this was helpful for you guys. If you guys want to stick around and see how I plan out these unit studies, make sure you click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Don't forget to hit the like if you like this video and tap on that notification bell. That way you are alerted when those planning videos come out. Now, I will be showing you guys how I did plan my Australia. It'll probably be pretty short because I've already planned it out, just to kind of give you like an overview of what I did and what we're going to be doing. And then when I do our OWL unit study, I will plan that out for you and I'll record it. So then you could kind of see like a step-by-step. I know for me, I'm a very visual learner. Like, I can hear it and I get it, but I want to see it. Then it gives me more ideas and it sparks something in your mind, or my mind, that makes me feel like, oh, okay, that's what it is. That's what she's talking about. Oh, that gives me an idea. So that is why I'm making this, and that is why I'm taking you guys along with me. And I'm so thankful for you guys coming and stopping by my channel to see what I'm talking about. And I just hope to continually bring you guys content that you guys enjoy. Now, if you guys ever have any ideas on something you guys want to know about or see, or you've heard and you don't know how to do it, I mean, not saying I do, because I probably don't, but if there's anything that you guys want to see on my channel, be sure to leave it in the comments down below and I will try to make it happen if I see that I can do it like well, you know what I mean? All that being said, you guys, be safe and be blessed always.